Thanks and welcome to the 6:50 News with me, John Henry Atimbe. Let's kick off with our top stories. Filicide in Wayne Village in the mentioned division of the Northwest region after a woman killed her 16-month-old baby by cutting the neck. And travel agencies plying the two English regions of Cameroon are trapped in the whirlpool of separatist imposed lockdown that is spanning 1 week with severe financial impact. And again, 600 people lawyers have taken the oath to uphold the rule of law and to act at all time with integrity. The oath allegiance to place at the Bonanjo Court of First Instance in Douala. Top stories.
Canal International.
Thanks and welcome to the 6:50 with me, John Henry Atimbe. Now you can hook up with us on our different platforms for consultation. There is an incident that has been animating discussions in way and womb localities of the mentioned division of the Northwest region of Cameroon this morning. That of a 16-year-old baby whose mother actually is reported to have killed by cutting the neck. It happened in next door village. The gendarmerie in Womb have placed the mother under custody pending investigation. Sharifa Saleh reports with girls from Northwest Chief Correspondent Anya Collins.
The Gendarmerie Brigade in Women mentioned division of the Northwest region is presently detaining a 34-year-old woman suspected to have slit the throat of her 1-year, 4-month-old boy child. This Friday, September 13, 2024, the incident happened in nearby Way Village, the gateway into next door, Fongom subdivision. In a video currently making rounds on social media, the lady has no remorse and proudly shows curious onlookers the deep wound on the neck that cost the life of little Nkum Courage dangling in the arms of her own mother, Mayor Telchu, from whom the entire community is waiting to hear the reason for the gruesome murder. Public discussions in the divisional chief town, Womb, have been fueled by suspicions that the 34-year-old may not be mentally stable, reason why the services of the psychiatrist may likely be solicited in the preliminary stage of the investigations.
Thanks very much, Sharifa Saleh. And travel agencies plying the two English regions of the country are trapped in a whirlpool of separatist lockdown imposed just before school resumption. They have been complaining of severe financial impact as the economy is not moving. Let's get the report courtesy D. Mori.
A somber mood hangs over travel agencies as the lockdown imposed on the Northwest and Southwest regions casts a pall over the industry, with passenger numbers dwindling to near zero. Travel agencies are grappling with mounting operational costs.
Now it's 1 week. We'll have 2 weeks. I've also not to work. Yes, precisely. We are here to work, but there's no passenger. So we don't know what we can do. Yes, if there's passenger, we can travel.
If you go with your vehicle outside there, they'll burn you and even kill you. It is not the first time, it is not the second time that we have been losing drivers. They have been burning our vehicles. Investigation is going on. That's what they said.
Drivers are still required to pay 14,000 francs CFA daily to maintain their vehicles, despite the lack of business.
All the vehicle that is parked like this, we are paying per day is 14,000. So I don't know what the government is going to do with us. Yes.
Look at the motor park. This is Douala motor park. Look at the amount of vehicles parked down. Individual properties. There are no government properties that are parked down.
The economic strain extends beyond the travel sector. A local bar owned by a mother supporting her family has been eerily silent since the lockdown began on September 9, 2024. The once lively establishment now faces an uncertain future as it struggles to attract patrons.
If these transport cars are not moving, we are dead. But we're supposed to pay our stores. We're supposed to pay school fees for children.
The travel agencies, now characterized by an air of uncertainty, is left to grapple with the question of when normalcy will return.
What I'm begging Cameroon government is that they should look, we Cameroonians, they should look and solve this problem.
We are asking the government to help us, to reduce us some few taxes. Petrol is so high. Taxes are so high.
The urgent need for support and relief measures to help the most affected by these challenging times is alarming.
And after that report, now Maureen D caught up with some concerned Cameroonians to react on the seismic waves caused by the separatist lockdown on the transport sector. Let's get the reaction.
First thing is that lockdowns have been declared. They have been declared for the past 6 years, and nothing has been achieved based on that. Lockdown has been declared, and school has all been going on in Kambe. And in other areas, the separatists keep declaring ghost towns, and they achieve nothing from it. Even as a businessman, when we invest in something, we sit back and evaluate the result thereof. And if you see that it's not working and it's not yielding any fruit, you do something different. Allow the children to go to school. Keeping them at home will never solve, will never give you a solution to the crisis. I do it all the time. I call on them to let the children go to school. And I will never stop at that. Like I said it before, I will say it today. I will take a bullet for getting children go to school. And I've been doing that for the past 7 years, and I will continue doing it. Separatists that are wasting their time. These children must be educated. They must step back. The separatists must step back and allow children to go to school. That strategy will never help. But I understand. They use this as a medium to enable others, to enable themselves kidnap people who have defaulted their ghost towns. This is what they are doing now as far as the Anglophone crisis is concerned, and which is very, very deplorable. It's a shame for people living abroad, encouraging others to keep children away from school. That is unacceptable.
A reaction there gathered for us by Maureen D, and the brainstorming is presently going on in Cameroon on the legacy of Ruben Omiobe in the fight for independence of the Cameroon. Brains met to actually dissect the pathway which he actually set for Cameroon's freedom.
Ruben Omiobe emerged as a prominent leader of the Union of the Population of Cameroon, UPC, after World War II. The political party called for immediate independence and the reunification of French and British Cameroons. In 1958, he was killed by French colonial forces, but his vision for a unified and independent Cameroon remains influential. For many, Omiobe is a national hero and a symbol of resistance and sacrifice.
Omiobe is the incarnation of our history, political history. He has shown to the nation by his life, by his action, by his theories, the way for the independence, the way of the liberation.
While hailed as a martyr for national liberation, some critics accuse him of inciting violence and deepening divisions within the country, potentially delaying peace. This opinion is strongly contested by his supporters who view him as a unifying force.
When we look at the history of Cameroon, we cannot talk about the political evolution of Cameroon without talking of Omiobe, who is one of the founding fathers of the UPC, the first political party that ever existed in Cameroon. So talking about a controversial image, it's a political scam. But for the real history, I think Ruben Omiobe was being restituted by the National Assembly as a martyr. So it's just the government who doesn't want to sell out the real history for the people of Cameroon and Africa at large.
The state has made efforts to honor its martyrs, and there are suggestions to establish a pantheon for these national heroes. Such a move would further commemorate their contributions and preserve their stories for future generations.
L'État, pour moi, a fait beaucoup de choses.
The state of Cameroon has taken significant steps to honor its martyrs by validating a law that officially recognizes them as national heroes for their contributions and sacrifices. I think there is need to establish a pantheon for these national heroes, rewrite and preserve their history for future generations.
Et puis réécrire l'histoire.
Ruben Omnyobe's life, marked by relentless activism and a tragic end, continues to stir debate and reflection in Cameroon and beyond. His prophetic vision for Cameroon is celebrated in monuments and streets bearing his name, testifying to his enduring impact on the nation.
And a stretch of road linking Corbisson and Libodi in Yaoundé is in extremely bad condition. This has plunged denizens to enormous transportation difficulties, especially during the rainy season. Isaac Shah with the update.
Cars struggle daily to navigate this stretch of road from Corbisson to Libodi in Yaoundé, with drivers facing frequent breakdowns at various spots.
Vraiment, notre trafic, c'est vraiment grave. Depuis 5 ans aujourd'hui, je suis sur la ligne, je viens sur la voiture depuis 5 ans là, vraiment.
Les amortisseurs, les rotules et tout consort.
Commercial motorbike riders are particularly affected, barely able to walk, especially during the raining days.
Il y a ceux qui tombent dans l'eau quotidien.
Inhabitants decry their daily experiences with the deplorable road conditions.
Because even when I was pregnant, only to leave from here to Corbisson, that means the vehicle will shake you until it's as if the child will come out from your stomach. So we really beg the government to arrange this road.
This situation equally affects their economic activities, making it difficult for them to make ends meet.
It affects my food business because for transportation, to leave here to go and buy food and bring it is very difficult. It's the dust is disturbing also. Because as we are beside the road, when you go back to the house, there's dust, you have cough, catarrh. The customers, even my customers are complaining that they cannot come and sit beside the road and eat because of a lot of dust.
Denizens continue to call on the authorities to rescue them from the bad state of the road, linking Yaoundé 7 to Okola in the Lekia division of the Central region.
And over 2 months after the area pedestrian walkway over the Saint Michel route network or route axis connecting the Saint Michel terminus and the Douala International Airport, works have not been re-established. This is posing a serious problem to school children, especially with resumption on that Broadway in the city. Latte Cynthia takes a look on that.
The volume of traffic on this urban Broadway from Terminus Saint Michel poses a significant challenge to pedestrians, especially school children. They have to exercise patience before crossing the road after the collapse of the aerial bridge some months ago. It was easier for us to cross the road formerly. Now that the bridge is broken, it is very difficult for us to cross given that motorcycles and vehicles do not give us the chance.
Et aussi d'autres chauffeurs qui ne veulent même pas s'arrêter. Oui, ils roulent seulement en vive allure, comme ils veulent seulement nous connaître.
To limit damages, Swaibu abandons his business here from time to time to voluntarily assist the school kids and other vulnerable road users to cross. I help children and old mothers to cross the road. Since that bridge was broken, they keep pretending to rehabilitate it but end up allowing it. Just yesterday, a woman was knocked down. Parents have expressed concerns over the safety of their children. I help the children to cross every morning, and in the evening I do same. Something should be done. The road is too dangerous. There are many accidents occurring here. Users of the strategic road connecting the Douala International Airport and other points in the town are calling for urgent rehabilitation of the footbridge.
Thanks very much, Cynthia Laten. This is the beginning of a legal tragedy for some 600 people's advocates who actually took the oath of allegiance to act with all integrity today. 600 of them, like I said, took the oath of allegiance at the Bonanjo Court of First Instance in Douala. Maureen D covered that oath-taking ceremony for us.
For many of these 600 people lawyers sworn in at the Court of First Instance in Bonanjo, Douala, the journey to this moment has been marked by significant delays and challenges. Some had been waiting for a decade or more, with one individual enduring a 15-year wait to reach this milestone. The extended period of anticipation reflects the rigorous process and dedication required to enter the legal profession.
My contribution as barrister is to promote freedoms, is to promote human rights and to protect it.
The oath-taking ceremony, described as both symbolic and timely, signifies a major achievement for these legal aspirants.
As a legal practitioner, I was able to appreciate some of the difficulties those in detention are facing, understand what they need and how we can help them out.
The event not only marks their formal entry into the field, but also acknowledges their perseverance through years of preparation and waiting. Among the notable figures taking the oath was Honorable Ngala Gerard, a member of Parliament. His transition from legislator to lawyer underscores the ceremony's importance and highlights his commitment to addressing pressing societal issues such as human rights abuses and legal violations.
It would be of great importance for me to work within the two English-speaking regions to help in the crisis areas, those who are in detention, some may be innocent and all that, so we look at that and see how to assist.
Following this stage, the people lawyers will enter a 2-year period known as Bar 1, a phase essential for further professional development. This training will prepare them for the final oath, which will officially qualify them as practicing lawyers.
And parliamentarians of Northwest origin have paid a visit to the Bamenda gas plant, domestic gas plant, and the lawmakers say it falls within the framework of one of their constitutional prerogatives or functions, that of controlling government action. Let's get the details with calls from Northwest Chief Correspondent Anya Collins. This is one of the functions which members of Cameroon's parliament seem to be overlooking at regional level, that of controlling government action on the field, and that is the awakening which 15 lawmakers of the lower house of the National Assembly of Northwest origin have just done in Bamenda.
This gas plant is something that is going to help the whole of the community and improve on the life of the people. And therefore, it is a thing which we needed to come and observe ourselves as the people who control the government action to see actually whether something is being done, really what they are saying, or true or not. Because this is a very important project in the Northwest region. And we need to see whether it is really.
To check and know the level of execution, the lawmakers have been to the construction site of the domestic gas plant, which government has been building since 2022 at Banshee Quarters in Bamenda 1 subdivision. They were taken on the guided tour to the various compartments by the technicians. As owner of the project, the Hydrocarbons Price Stabilization Fund says all will be over in the months ahead as materials for the finishing from Turkey are already at the Douala seaport.
It is our wish, and we are now saying that University of Bamenda should look through the president, regional president, to see how the youth can come on internship and other training facilities to benefit here.
There is expected to be progressive transfer of technology from the Nigerian company doing the works to Cameroonian university students.
This center will make sure that gas is being supplied at 6,500 francs, not 12,000, not 10 as they used to pay.
Upon completion, over 600 bottles of will be filled in 1 hour for supply to the local market at the government homologated price of 6,000 francs per bottle, down from the present 8,000 francs. The Central African Forestry Commission, COMIFAC, and the Worldwide Fund for Nature are exchanging to strengthen political commitment to promote synergies for the increase of international flow of finance for the biodiversity of the Central African forest, considered the biggest forest after the Amazon.
The Congo Basin forest is one of the largest tropical forests in the world, playing a vital role in regulating climate and supporting livelihoods of millions of people. According to a climate-focused report, the Congo Basin receives only 4% of global tropical forest financing, while the Amazon and the Mekong-Borneo Basin in Southeast Asia receive more larger shares. The structure of this 4% financing consists of 68% in the form of official government assistance and 24% in loan, often tied to complex disbursement procedures and conditions.
These efforts helped us to limit the rate of deforestation to between 0.01 to 0.33%. Similarly, it should be noted that by committing our high-integrity forest to the carbon market, the income indexed to carbon sequestration flows will not be enough to cover our investment costs, let alone contribute to the economic development of our country.
However, their sacrifice is still very limiting to support the long-term conservation of this forest.
Congo Basin countries are still struggling to really access and get funding that will help them both to conserve those forests and also contributing to the socio-economic development of the countries. So in order to improve the access to these climate funds, WWF and COMIFAC have launched this high-integrity forest financing for the Congo Basin.
The member states, during negotiations and discussions on climate financing, are expected to put up a united and concerted voice, identifying the economic opportunities and values of natural capital to make the Congo Basin forest more profitable.
Thanks there, Beatrice Ngamo. That report draws the curtain for this edition of the news on Canal International with me, Kejang Henry. A Tembe, on which you got information about filicide in We in the mentioned division, where a woman is known to have slit the throat of her 16-month-old baby. And of course, how 600 young people advocates were sworn in today to begin the real practice. Thanks for being there with us and wish you a wonderful weekend.